Hi, my Pisces and Pisces rising friends, Sandra from ForYourChi.com, and this is your monthly outlook with me and my tarot cards and oracle cards now for September of 2020. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. We're going to be doing a 12-card spread. Each card reflects a different area of your life. It's going to be talking about the month of September, or perhaps a week or two beyond the month of September, usually not past 6 weeks though. We're also going to be looking at your oracle cards for each house, and if you're watching this on YouTube, we go through the first 6 houses for free here on YouTube, so you're getting where you're at now, your finances, your siblings, your communication, your house, what it's like. You're getting your social life, your dating life, and your work life for free. And then for the houses 7 through 12, we're going to go to the extended reading that you can find in the description box below. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do, because I do 2 free drawings. So the first drawing I've done for quite a while. I draw a zodiac, and so each month. And the zodiac reading will be picked, and for this month it's Taurus. So they get the free full reading on YouTube, so check that out for Taurus for September. You'll see the 12 houses, so you can kind of see how the 12 houses go before you purchase an extended reading. And the next drawing I just decided that I'm going to do for my subscribers. I'm going to go through my subscriber list every month and pick a name for one of you lucky subscribers to get a free email reading from me. My email readings are very different than the tarot cards. I do cards of truth and email readings, and they are just spot on accurate. So make sure you subscribe, and make sure your subscription is public in your settings on YouTube. If it's not public, I can't see your name on my end, so I'll have to see that in order to pick your name for the monthly reading. All right, so having said all of that, let's get to your first house, my Pisces friends. So the first house, they're telling you to be patient. So something is not going either in the direction or the timing that you feel that it should. But what I love about this card is it means that patience is required. However, after your period of patience is up, success is assured. So hang in there. You know, you could see a turnaround very quickly because this is in your first house. It's not in your future, and it's not in your 12th house. So whatever is happening right now, the next day or two, 1st of September, this energy ushers in very quickly. So have some patience and be in gratitude for what you already have, and you will see it come about faster. And there's also something about divine timing here. Now, the oracle card for the first house is soulmate relationship. For those of you who are looking for a soulmate, who've been longing and yearning, yes, the timing is right around the corner. Congratulations. Now, for some of you, this is talking about a DNA upgrade, which we are all experiencing, major downloads. This is happening all over. And you may feel extra tired at the beginning of September, so make sure you're getting extra rest to compensate for that. But for a lot of you, you are looking for relationships, and you are no exception to the rule that it can happen to you. It absolutely can happen, and it will. Keep the faith. Hang in there. This is a sign for a lot of you. A confirmation, right? Second house, accelerated motion. So this is your money and this is your stuff. Accelerated motion says you could be given a lesson in September that is sort of this is why we don't go down this route type of lesson, because you could be experiencing contrast from it. And because it's in your second house, a lot of times what I see is, you may lend someone money, as an example, and they'll say, okay, I'll pay you back next month. And next month comes and goes and you never get the money, and they don't call you and they won't return your calls, right? So I would be very cautious of who you lend money, if any money gets lent out by you in September, I would rather you say no than lose out. If you can't afford to lose it, then don't lend it. This could also be some sort of investment that did not pan out. So if you haven't already made the investment, I would advise holding back in the month of September. You can reevaluate it in October, but don't do it in September, right? Now, if you've already made an investment that you've been feeling like, well, perhaps I need to move the money or I need to pull it out and do something else, then I would definitely consider that at this time. And this also, this house rules your stuff, so that goes to lending your stuff out too. Don't lend your stuff out to someone if you can't afford to lose it or something happening to it. Now, this does have to do with a friendship because you did pull friendship cards here, so I really see someone begging a Pisces, for the rent money, for car note money, to borrow your car, God forbid, right? So be very, very cautious with who you choose to lend out your stuff in September. I really do not like that accelerated motion card in your second house. In other houses, it's okay, but I don't like it with the money. Okay, so your third house rules communication. It also rules siblings, brother or sister, or anyone that you would consider a brother or sister. So what's happening here is they have a business idea. Now, they could have already had the idea, and then they're putting the action into motion in September, and if that's happening, that's great. If they haven't done anything in the month of September, then they are being guided to do so at this time. In other words, they shouldn't just keep it as an idea. They should keep moving on it, even if they have to research it more. I really am getting that they need to act on this. And, you're Pisces, you're super psychic, right? So you probably have already told your brother or sister that, hey, look, this is a great idea. I think you should go through with it. I have a good gut feeling about that. And if you haven't already done that, please do. Because I'm getting a major confirmation on this. Waves of prosperity with this house, with this business idea that your brother or sister has. Are you kidding me? It doesn't get any better than this. This is amazing. And maybe they need some help with their business idea. And maybe it's going to be a little cha-ching for you in the future, huh? Fourth house, emotional withdrawal. So this is where you live right now. Sometimes the fourth house, for me as a reader, your father can show up in the fourth house. And if that's the case, then he's going through this. So emotional withdrawal is kind of like taking time out, meditation, reflection. It's not making a move on anything right now. So, if you want to move, September is not your month. It's not your month to sell by. You're just sort of hanging in there, trying to figure out what you're going to do next. And the Oracle card fits perfectly with this fourth house. Consult an expert. So there is something here that you need to research in addition to quiet time alone, meditating, thinking about it, writing down your thoughts and feelings, right? Because you Pisces, you have a lot of thoughts and feelings in your dream time and in your waking dreams. And then figure out what you need to do to uncover the answers to your questions regarding where you live. This could definitely mean a big move. So, not just out of your city, but perhaps out of your state. Or maybe some of you want to move and leave the country, but you're not quite sure how to do that with everything that's going on right now. So this is definitely like, you may need to call a lawyer if that's what you're considering, right? Okay. Fifth house, conflict and defeat. So the fifth house rules your social life. It also rules your dating life for those of you who are single Pisces folks. Conflict and defeat says walk away from arguments. This is in a friendship circle. This is in a dating life. Either one of those. Sometimes children show up in the 5th house, but the majority of the time for me, they show up in the 11th house, which we'll get to in the extended reading. So conflict and defeat, walk away from any arguments. The person is not hearing any logic that's coming out of you. They just can't hear it. They can't understand it. They can't comprehend it. So you're going to have to shut it down when it happens. The argument is only going to, it's not going to be productive for either party here. So when I get this card, I always tell the client, let them know that you don't have time for this argument. However, you will continue the conversation later. And when you continue the conversation later, what happens is it's a totally different energy. You're coming at it where the person is not so heated and you're not so heated, and it just makes it easier to speak your truth. Now, the advice card that we have from the Mermaids and Dolphins deck for the 5th house is self-forgiveness. So there's something about you feeling guilty about this. But the thing is, like, you didn't cause this. You didn't start this. This came to you. The fight came to you. So don't feel guilty about this. It's important to release this. And in the month of September, make sure that you're not doing anything that you're going to feel guilty about later or regret. And if you do, of course, pick up the phone and say you're sorry, right? Because you don't want to hold this guilt with you for very long. You want to let it go. Okay. The last house that we're going to do here on YouTube is your 6th house. And the 6th house rules work and health. You have fulfillment of wishes. I love this card. This is the 9 of Cups in traditional tarot. It means that you're getting everything that you want here. So you're feeling good. Your body's feeling good. If you're working, your work feels good. Your work life feels good. Maybe you're just starting a new job and it feels good to usher in new energy, new environment, new people, and you're having a good time. And the oracle message, I love this too. This goes perfectly. Ready, set, go. So your positive expectations have set this standard of what's going to happen in your work and health department in September. Congratulations, my Pisces and Pisces rising friends. Okay, so we're going to take it to the Vimeo extended reading. You'll find that link below in the show more or the description box below. We're going to go through the 7th through 12th houses here. It'll cover your relationship, primary relationship or business relationship. It'll cover your sex life. It will cover your school or travel. It's going to cover your career or your mother. It's going to cover the children and best friendships. And it's going to cover the 12th house, which is the future for me. And it's what's going to happen in December, because that's 3 months from now. All right, thank you so much, Pisces. Many blessings to you.